Hey there folks, and welcome back for another weekend shave. Today is a shave that is being done by request. Got a number of requests for the Shavecraft 102 razor or head, which I used a long time ago but didn't really go into it in much detail. So I got another one. This is out of their blem models, meaning there's a little blemish, which I assume to be that mark right there. I'm not sure if that's it or not, but it looks like it could be. Anyway, the Shavecraft 102 on the magnificent Jurgen Hempel titanium wave handle, which is excellent. So we're going to use this today, see how it goes. And also we're going to use a soap that was sent to me by the owner of First Canadian. How you say this? I have no clue. Most likely I'm going to butcher it. Manana Delilah. Probably has something to do with Lily, I would imagine. First Canadian soap. Simple on the packaging. Kind of reminds you of Mike's. It's got sort of the brown label. It is waterproof. It will not mess up. Nothing fancy on the label. This is not the gentleman's full-time position. He's a soap maker in his off time. I believe he told me he was a optometrist, if I'm not mistaken, or OD, eye doctor. And if I got that wrong, I apologize to you, sir. So let's get into the soap here a little bit. The smell of this is lily, and admittedly, florals are not my favorite scent, but we'll give it a shot anyway and see what the quality of the soap is. So if you like those sort of scents, scent strength is pretty good on this, about on a scale of 1 to 10, about 6.5 to 7. Pretty good scent strength. I definitely get a floral type scent, not super granny floral, as some people like to call it. There's something else that I wanted to mention before I get into it, though. There are people who say synthetic brushes don't hold water, and that is not true. They don't absorb water, but they do hold water, and I have some water here in the bowl, and I'll show you what I'm talking about here. So I dip this brush in water, and as you can see, they do hold water. In fact, even after shaking it, squeeze it, water still comes out. So those who say they don't hold water, that is not true. I just wanted to put that out there. Let me go ahead and load while I'm flapping my gums here. The other thing I wanted to mention is our good buddy, or at least my good buddy, Don the Navy Goat, has been ill the last couple of days. So please say a prayer for Don. I've called him a couple times, but he's not even been well enough to take a phone call. And we're praying for you, Don, and hoping you make a swift recovery. Just give prayers and well wishes. Send them to Don if you could, please, because he is a great guy, veteran, just one of my favorite folks in the hobby. Okay, we got a decent load. Let's wet the face and get going. All right, so I have used First Canadian soap in the past, one I believe, and it's quality soap. I didn't have any issues with it on the performance front or scent front, so I think you're getting a quality product. I will link the URL right there. I believe it's sold off of Etsy, so if you're interested, you can go there and get it. And I think some other Magger may sell it, or I could be wrong on that, but it seems to me that someone also resells, but I could be wrong. Again, it's been months since I've bought any shaving soaps, so I'm not up on who's selling what, but it seemed to me there was a reseller. If not, go on over to the Etsy store that I will link both in the comments and right here, and check it out if it's a brand you haven't tried and interested. As you can see here, lathers quite well. Feels great on the face. No burning, which is good. And let's get going here with the Shavecraft 102. This is a slant, and it's sort of a different slant because the head is actually bigger on this side, which gives it that slant effect. And again, it's been a long time since I've ridden with this guy, but feels pretty good. One of the things that I discovered, and I was talking to the inspector, David Fernicola, about this the other day. When I first started, I really preferred mild razors. And then after some time, I started upping the aggressiveness, which I feel is normal for most people. And I took a liking to, medium to aggressive razors. And I sort of, used anything in between. And for a long time, I thought, like many of you may think, that I need an aggressive razor because these darn mild razors just aren't getting the job done. And it was only later that I discovered that I actually ended up in the same spot. Whether I used aggressive or mild razors, hold that thought, and I'll explain it when I get back. All right, the first pass was very nice, both with the razor and the soap. Great quality in the soap. Feels plenty slick enough. Feels good on my face. Apologize for Lexi down there. She's fooling around on the floor, scratching around with her toy. Stop that, Lexi. Anyway, soap, very nice, easy lather, feels good. I like it. Scent, not up my alley. It's just not my sort of scent, but as you know, scent preference is super subjective, so I'm just evaluating the soap here. And this was, again, sent to me by the gentleman at First Canadian, and I will pass it on to someone else. Please don't send me requests to send you these things. I just pass them on. We usually have guys, other YouTube guys, that will evaluate this stuff. But I can't fill requests for sending this stuff. I'd be sending stuff all over the world at great cost. If I did, I just can't do it. So it's not that I don't want to, it's just that I just really can't do it. So this will go to someone else for them to evaluate. And that's what I told the owner at First Canadian is, yes, you can send me something to try so long as I can honestly evaluate and then send it on to others. And he was okay with that. Anyway, back on point, which was the story about aggressiveness versus mild. What I found was, as I slowed down, started really paying attention to what I was doing, being mindful of my technique, that the mild razors ended up getting me right in the same place as the aggressives did after 3 passes. Again, hold that thought. I will get to it in pass 3. So I think what tends to happen is when you use an aggressive razor, it takes off more whiskers in passes 1 and 2, and there's not much left most times in pass 3. But you feel that blade, you feel it working, and it is taking off a little more, particularly in the first 2 passes. What happens with me on a mild razor is it takes off less in the first 2 passes, but by the time the 3rd is done, I'm in the same place. I've gotten a great shave. So, it's basically, if you're doing 2-pass shaves, I could see how using an aggressive razor might be a better bet. But if you're going 3, try, if you're absolutely opposed to or don't feel like you're getting a great shave out of a mild razor, try it over an extended period of time. That means using it every day for, a month or so. And be mindful of your technique and see if it eventually gives you a great shave. That's what happened with me, and it really changed my thinking on aggressiveness. What it comes down to is I don't need super aggressiveness because I get to the same place with mild, although it takes a full 3 passes, and sometimes, if I'm not mindful of my technique, a cleanup with mild razors. Now, some people don't like that, but for me, I find it's easier on my face, and it's, it makes for a more pleasant shave. Now, Again, I know a lot of people just prefer aggressive. You like the feel of that blade on your face, that's okay. But for me, I reached the same destination with either, but certainly if after pass one you use an aggressive razor and you feel your face, there's a lot less there than there would be if you use a mild razor. But like I said, at the end of the day, or end of the shave, I should say, it's about the same for me, for my use case. So your mileage may vary, as they say. But I suggest that you give your mild razors, medium razors, a shot over a good long period of time every day and see if they work a little better for you. When you're mindful of your technique and slow down. All right, shut up for a minute while I get the stash. The only thing about this razor, it's a little awkward, at least for me, making this particular pass. I don't know, maybe it just feels different. But as to the shave, it feels pretty good. Let's go ahead and clean the rest of this mess up. And again, for those of you who are new, don't do what I'm doing, which is running this razor over areas of my face with no shaving cream on it. Now, it's a good test for a great soap. And as you can see here, plenty of residual slickness there. This thing is just gliding. So the quality of the soap is very good here, I'm saying, on this First Canadian. Look at that. Razor still gliding. No cuts, irritations. That's what you want your soap to do. Provide a great platform for that razor blade to go over. All right, stand by. We'll come back and do the post. All right, so we're back with our Thayer's Cucumber Witch Hazel, which you know about. Magic, because it's made by witches. Feels nice. Let's go for another shot here. Just makes my face feel nice. It's a great toner in my estimation. All right, let's talk about the soap once again. First Canadian, here's the name of this particular one. I'm not going to butcher it again out of respect for the gentleman at First Canadian. As you can see here, the label is held up. It appears to be waterproof, as far as I can tell. It's not running or anything, so that's good. Container itself, plastic, which I like. This is, by the way, a tallow-based soap. It has lanolin. Face feels very, very nice. Now, I know some people don't think there's benefit from lanolin. I tend to think there is. Face feels great. Quality of this soap, to me, this is 8.5 to 9 level out of 10. I think it's very high quality. As you can see there, plenty of lather remaining in the brush. Easy lathering, great quality. Face feels great, no burning or irritation. So you really can't ask for more in terms of quality. The scent on this one is not for me. But don't evaluate the whole of First Canadian based on my scent preference. Go check it out and find something that sounds good to you. Try it and see if you like it. Not everybody likes the same things. Not everybody agrees on even soap quality. Because for my face, it may work great. For yours, maybe less so. But I tend to think this soap is a good quality soap, made by a very nice and polite gentleman, as far as I can tell. So once again, go check out First Canadian, and please say a prayer for Don the Navy Goat. Thank you, First Canadian. You guys have a great day. Have wonderful shaves. Stay safe.